Welcome to episode 16 of our series Career Guidance with Professor Ronald Pinto from the studios of newskarnataka.com. I'm sure you've been watching all these episodes as they come on to you every Friday at 5 p.m. And you are in the process of making up your mind. Many of you are aware of what's happening around you, either through your social media. There's WhatsApp University, and you also read a lot. You might be reading the newspaper, because nowadays people don't read the newspaper that much, but if you're reading, that's great. And because you are looking at all these things, you become interested in what's happening around you, what's right, what's wrong, and everything about justice. Justice is very, very important for a sense of balance in our country, in the world, and in our society. Our sense of right and wrong is always probably dictated by our spirituality, but it's also dictated by the Constitution and the laws framed by our representatives. Now, anybody on the wrong side of the law has to face the penal system. But what is wrong for you may not be right for me, and what is right for me may not be right for you. So somebody has to defend and somebody has to argue in favor or against. And those persons who argue in a court of law where justice is dispensed are called lawyers. And this particular episode is about law as a career. Now, my first question to Professor Ronald Pinto is a career in law worth it, number one? And for whom is it, number two?
Yeah, very good question, Brian. There was a time when I was a student, law means only to become a lawyer. But today it seems not even 10% of the students who complete law practice law, but they go for other careers in law, which I will tell you a little later. Now, law is so important in corporate world today. There are so many cases in corporate with the clients, with the shareholders, with the management and so on. So many people would like to join corporates as legal advisors, corporate lawyers, and some people want to go politics. And in politics today, majority of the MPs are actually lawyers. Even though if you see Mangaluru in the last 60 years, according to me, 70 to 80% politicians are lawyers. And even those who are actually in Gram Panchayat or other top positions with the law as a degree, they are shining well because of their big client base. So they are meeting so many people in different areas and becoming very popular. So law is attracting not only men today, even women. I have gone to some of the law colleges where I find almost 30 to 40% are girls, and many girls like Rani Jatmalani are becoming so famous that they are earning just like a doctor.
Okay, the law is actually quite complicated, and the more complicated it is, more the lawyers are necessary. Am I correct?
Yeah, correct. Because there are so many different types of law: criminal law, then patent law, IPR law, then real estate law, then civil law. So media law, so many different areas are there, and for that we want now like specialized doctors, yes, specialized lawyers also
who are expert in that particular area of law, so that their clients will not make mistakes, and if they make mistakes which can cost them millions of dollars or billions of rupees, it's something that is a very good career to build on. But what is this difference? There's a 5-year law course, there's a 3-year law course, so what's the difference?
Yeah, many students and parents are confused about it. Now you can join now a 5-year law course immediately after PUC, or you can join after degree a 3-year law course. Now 5-year course is called integrated law course. In case you want to drop out after 3 years, you are given BA law or BCom law or BBA law. In case you continue 5 years, then you are called BA LLB, BCom LLB, or even BSc LLB in some universities. So now the 5-year law is really a very comprehensive one. I am really recommending. But some people know they don't join early but continue BA, BSc, BCom. Later they find that I am good for actually becoming a legal expert or become a lawyer. They continue. There was a proposal that 3-year law will be scrapped, but it has not happened, like BA done, or it will continue. I feel that it will not be scrapped because people make decisions at a later stage, and when you grow as a graduate, BCom or BA, your knowledge will be more, understanding will be more, just like doing CA. After PUC you can do CA, after BCom also you can do CA. But after BCom you do CA means people are more successful in the same way. Once you do BCom or BA or even BSc and then become a lawyer, your success rate is very high. But in case you are very well focused and then join after PUC by writing CLAT exam, where there is a famous exam called Common Law Admission Test, which is very tough, where there are many famous universities where the CLAT examination is compulsory, like IIT examination for science student. For these law students, the CLAT examination for which coaching is going on in Bangalore also, all over India. And in case you clear the CLAT and join famous national law universities, it's just like IIT for the law students.
Okay, so this famous law colleges you're talking about, CLAT, where the CLAT is applicable, which are these famous law colleges you recommend to our students?
Yeah, very good. This is a good question. I think many Mangaluru people also do not know which are the famous law colleges. Now there are actually what is called national law universities. Okay, like we have in Bangalore, National Law School, India University. Like that we have in Delhi, Calcutta, then Jodhpur, Bhopal, then Hyderabad. So they have all national law universities. That is number one. Then in Vizag we have Ambedkar Law College. In Patiala, Rajiv Gandhi Law College. In Lucknow we have Ram Manohar Lohia Law College. In Calcutta, National Judicial Center, that is a law college. In Pune, Pune University Law College. These are all very, very famous. In Maharashtra, Symbiosis Law College. Recently, I think News Karnataka invited Dr. Shashikala Gurfu. She was my student, and she was is the dean of that particular institute.
Symbiosis.
And it is so famous. That is Symbiosis Law School. And in that interview, I still remember she says, for 5 years you have to spend about 20-25 lakhs, but you can get that salary within 1-2 years. So such is the greatness of the Symbiosis Law College. Like that we have so many law colleges, but many of our students join ordinary colleges here without writing a CLAT exam. Now if you write the CLAT exam and join National Law University or Symbiosis University in Pune and all, job chances are really very, very great. I wish all our students, those who want to go for law, please go for CLAT first and then try all India universities.
Okay, let's say you become a lawyer after your 5-year course or 3-year course, whatever it is. Now, what should you do? I mean, do you go and start practicing at the lowest court possible so that you gain experience alone, you do it, or you join somebody else, or you join a small group of lawyers and then intern with them or learn with them? Or what are the options available to you? Which is better?
In case you have somebody, godfather in the field, suppose your father is a lawyer, uncle, brother is a lawyer, you can work under them. If you don't have anybody, directly going and practicing is very difficult. You have to work as internship. There are so many firms in Bangalore and so on, where a person works for 1-2 years under a lawyer, learns everything, because as a student now you are studying mostly theory part. Even though you are going for practical knowledge, but that is not enough. When you really work under a lawyer, then you are getting all the information. So I advise all the students, choose a very good lawyer who will be helpful for you and who is very famous in guiding the students, not getting the work done from the students. Such firms are there in Bangalore, Mumbai and so on. They are paying you very well, maybe some 10,000-15,000 beginning salary as a apprentice. But once you work under them, you are getting such a lot of knowledge, like chartered accountants working under articleship. Your future is good. So don't simply start a small scratches on your own. So go for big firms, get some contracts and undergo training for 1-2 years, and then either you can practice or go for corporate law. There are many companies coming like Symbiosis or what I told you earlier in Lucknow, Hyderabad, Delhi and all. Delhi's ILI, Indian Law Institute, is so famous that almost everybody gets employed as a corporate lawyer or legal advisors.
Loyola Degree College, Bengaluru, a prestigious institution run by the Jesuits of Karnataka. The institute provides an advantage of choosing between varied choices of subjects in commerce and arts. Being a Loyolite, experience modern teaching and learning infrastructure. Students of journalism have additional guided facilities in filmmaking, videography and photography. Coaching facilities provided for professional courses CA and CS. 3-day national media tour for journalism students and industrial visit for commerce students. Avail attractive scholarships for better learning. Be rest assured of your safety as the campus follows all COVID protocols. Mix and socialize with peers of multicultural backgrounds. Well-equipped library, multiple sports facilities and encouragement to extracurricular activities. Explore more about exciting careers and higher learning opportunities under the guidance of the placement cell of the college. Here, you not only get formal education, but you get education for life. Begin your venture of knowledge at Loyola Degree College.
Be the change by being at Loyola Degree College.
For online applications, visit www.loyolacollegeblr.com and call or WhatsApp at 94482 77758 or 9148229651.
So you suggest that between corporate law, that means working for a company in their legal department, and private practice, what do you recommend?
It depends. It depends upon the person. Suppose you have already a roaring business by your father, brother and so on, and then you can go for it. But of late I am finding corporates are giving a better salary, just like chartered accountant. I have my very close friend, chartered accountant. His son passed CA, but he doesn't want to continue practice because he says practice day and night, you are totally involved and you have no free time, whereas corporate gives you double the salary, work much less. Same thing is true about the lawyers. Most of the law institute famous ones, they hire you as a corporate lawyer or a legal advisor. Now these companies are paying very well and you don't have much headache of getting clients and working whole day, and our lawyers' life you might have seen very tough it is. So many people and so many cases, you don't know where you are. Many times they don't even take your case for 2 to 3, 4 months. Whereas here in this case you have no much, it is like IT job, working for a company, solving they are all legal cases and you are getting better paid. So you can jump from one company to another company and reach a top position as a legal advisor.
Okay. What about this LLM? I mean, do you need to specialize
further? Very good question, Brian. There was a time when just LLB was enough, but today, like doctors, we have got a child doctor especially, gynecology separate or heart doctor separate. Now law also has undergone a lot of changes. Now in the LLM, there are new areas like, we have real estate law, patent law, then intellectual property law, criminal law, civil law, media law, okay, like that we have got different areas. At just LLB level you can't understand this, but once you actually go for a LLM degree, you can specialize. For example, you take media law. Now our brand is specialist in media. Now reporting the legal cases to media, others cannot do it. A lawyer can do better. Similarly, he can write articles on law in the various newspapers, magazines, many actually cannot afford. They can start a blog, they can start their own actually social platform and become very famous ones. So this way, LLM in media law. Similar real estate, nowadays registrations are so much. During my days when I have built a house 40 years back, I had paid about some 10,000 rupees a registration fee to the lawyer, and today it is maybe about lakhs. So they are also doing very well as real estate law. Then we have next to IPR, intellectual property law. You are actually, whatever you have written, what you have achieved, it is your right. Somebody can encroach that, so you have to manage that. Patent laws, so many patents are there and you have to protect them. Like that we have new areas, and LLM may be becoming more famous and you can specialize in that.
Okay, so there are plenty of avenues both in the corporate as well as in the private sector for lawyers, and since we all have, most of us in the world are living in democracies. Of course, there are some other countries which are not democracies, but all countries together, they create laws every day. The laws are created for the good of society, and implementing these laws is up to the enforcement authorities in those. But if you are on the wrong side of the law, then you need a lawyer. So there's plenty of scope for the law and lawyers to grow as persons, contribute to society, and earn an income, both in the corporate side as well as defending and or prosecuting individuals. Either way, you have to do something to uphold the goodness of society. So there's plenty of opportunity. It's hard work, and you've got to be very fast in your thinking and in your arguments, in your logic and in your reasoning. With all that, it's still a very good profession, and you can take it up at any time after your graduation or even at the PUC level. That's what Professor said. So you can do the 5-year course, you can do the 3-year course, and then you can specialize like a doctor with the LLM. So lots of opportunity, and maybe if you are good at debates, maybe if you're good at reasoning and logic, it's the right course for you. That is something that you have to decide, and when you decide, if you need any more information, please do get in touch with Professor Ronald Pinto. His email ID is on the show, and wish you all the best. Thank you.